Flyte will at least begin some sort of advantage here, something different than map number 1. They will win the knife round, and that means they'll probably start on that defense coming into this first half.
Yeah, and CT side start, something to build on. Pistol round start would go a long way, but you have to win that second round, more importantly than the pistol. We saw what NRG were able to catapult off to after winning that second round, and take Flyte one of their 2 rounds on that pistol. That opening round of the map and the match. Kojo out middle, taking a long-range duel against a P250, and Hex can't. He'll lose that duel. Gabe's got a line of building that too. Breeze can trade it, but it's still a 3v3. MDS, it's a nice shot on to Hex. As now Breeze and Automatic train their way through a double dinks from Automatic, as he'll finish off with a body shot on the shutout. Beaky now 1v1, bomb dropped back towards site. Automatic retreats to grab it, but then aggresses towards that smoke. Beaky jump spots, good information peek from him. He gets away with just a paltry amount of damage, taken down to 70 HP. Bomb down. Automatic. Flash goes deep. He'll cross and survive. Beaky still expecting Automatic, crossed over towards ticket booth. Automatic to triple. Now Beaky goes in, jumps across, runs out of ammunition, but so did Automatic. They got their reloads in, and back they go. Ring around the Rosie, but it's Automatic who has a pocket full of posies, because Beaky's the dead one on the ground. And NRG, the pistol round to kick off the second best of 1 of the night.
Very well done in the clutch for Automatic. I think that's the second time we saw it. I can't recall exactly when versus lag, but he finds pixel perfect timing. So he crosses back right when you think it wouldn't be possible. He just very narrowly slinks by, and that gives him a tremendous advantage in a 1 versus 1. Very well done in that clutch. 3 kills for him in that round. NRG now in the driver's seat, looking to put this force buy of Take Flyte to bed, as Gabe goes down early. Shutout as well with the spam through the smoke. OC doubling down, catches MDS as well. Final pair are both on B, which is the site of choice for NRG. A chance for them to find something. They need to do a lot, and it finishes BP alone yet again on a Negev this time. Trying to do a dart. He finds 2. Okay, 3 from the bench. It's just 1 play remaining. Again, it's Automatic. He might just have the timing. Yes, he does. But Beaky doing a boatload of damage with the LMG.
I love the Negev, man. I absolutely love it. It brings me a smile every time I see it used. And Beaky made it work well. It's very situational. There's only a few specific situations you should be able to get anything done with it, but that was one of them. And nice damage from Beaky. Doesn't really snowball into anything for his team. Gabe getting a hero rifle, though. Second time we get to see him given the benefit of upgrade firepower for his squad. Cross in and a boost for Gabe into ladder. Protected by Hex. It could be serious misplay from Take Flyte. Here comes the rifle. Hex reads it well. Automatic falls in the interim, but there's the opening kill for NRG over towards B. Up in apartments, Beaky awaits 5-7, but it's a bit of a mid-range duel. The bomb isolated out in apartments. Walco spamming through. He runs in. Massive whiff from Beaky as Hex runs it down to help out Walco. Out on site. Shutout's good for 1, and Kojimo takes down Breeze. Last 2 players coming in catwalk. Walco gets the bomb down. Kojo misses the Molotov and actually burns him instead. His 5-7 comes up empty-handed, leaving MDS with 8 HP on a Deagle, no armor. Walker both half HP, but it's OC to win the duel, a 3K for him on the AK. And NRG a 3-0 start here on the AIM map of Mirage. Finally a buy comes through from Take Flyte, but at least the damage has been working for the CT side, unlike the last map.
Yep, NRG taking some damage, but they're playing it fast and loose. I think is the best way to describe this. So playing it together, they get in control middle, they're going up for a split off catwalk towards B quite a bit early on. We'll see if things change now that the rifles are in hand for Take Flyte. They have the op, Kojimo. Doesn't have a rival in OC either. He's gonna pop this smoke, try and find something middle early. It's Beaky instead, spamming down Automatic. First opening in quite a while for Take Flyte.
And now another one. Too many targets to find. Gabe shut him down, doing well. Finally flushed out by the Molotov. OC finally adds 1 to the side of NRG's tally. Takes a little bit of nade damage as MDS is on the flank. Walco's ready for it. Shadow shows! Easy for MDS. 1v4 for OC. Would be an ace as well for him. Knows there's a player from the backside, but he has to deal with the bodies in front of him as well. 2 towards CT, 1 in ticket booth. Now we're murder hole. Long range dog spray, barely missing OC. As he has 1 HP to go. That's a brilliant flash of a headshot, but this is still so unlikely for him to come up with 1 HP with an AK against Kojo's op and MDS. Low HP still, but he should be a 2-shot to the chest at the very least. OC working all the way through Palace. Could catch the timing on Kojo. That could be what seals the deal if he's able to isolate the final 1v1 against MDS. But Kojo now going back and forth between mid and Palace. It's all to timing. Kojo pops up. It's a shot, but does OC expect MDS here? No, he doesn't. Knife out, time low, and take flight. Convert the gun round.
They do. NRG getting aggressive in middle are called out. Well done from Take Flight's double up in window. That was Beaky, I believe, to find the kill supporting Kojomo's up. So not out of the woodworks yet, though, our Take Flight. They took a good amount of damage in that round with 3 falling. That means there's going to be compromises going forward. Namely, that Negev for Beaky. But you've seen how capable he can be with that weapon. NRG, because of those losses we saw in the last couple of rounds, they're going to be on a weird force investment. 1 AK for Walco being dropped over to his teammate. And some upgraded pistols. Aggression middle for Walco, but it's answered by Gabe, who pressed forward while Walco dropped that rifle. Lots of control taken, and again, an opening for Take Flight as the remainder of NRG are going to try to fly in towards B. Shut out towards Jail, gets 1, gets 2, not quite the 3rd, but he should have bought enough time for these rotations to come through. It's again OC in a 1vx situation, this time a 1v4. He's desperately looking for that rifle upgrade, which is dropped just out of reach. Take Flight, 2 in a row, a clean second as well. Should help them balance out that defensive economy.
Yeah, that'll help them out significantly as they try to build back into this. Love to take a map away from NRG. And try and get this one closer and closer to a 1-1 split. Get them closer and closer to playoffs. MDS running out mid, clears underpass, now pushes up towards top mid. All 5 NRG players in the vicinity, death falling, ready to get some damage done as they fly in. MDS has help from Kojo. The spray only converts for 1. Finally, he'll recover and grab a second as Kojo swaps to the sidearm. He'll pick up 2 on the USP, and it's a clean victory for Take Flight, but boy, did it come close to losing 2. 2 HP on MDS, 24 on Kojomo. That one came down to the wire, but it ties it up at 3 apiece. NRG with a couple of Galils coming into this next round.
It's very interesting. They're going aggressive, NRG. Finally met their match, at least for the time being, 3-3. It's the scoreline we're at. We crossed that halfway point of the first half. And yeah, as you mentioned, 3 Galils to prioritize their utility. I do like the call. Take Flight, though, hitting their groove and also playing equally aggressive. This time it's MDS taking point through underpass. Hex knows it's happening. I won't stop Kojo, though, from dropping Walco. Gabe finds Breeze. MDS towards underpass finally takes down Hex. And NRG are just getting caught out. They are not allowed to run defaults. They're getting pushed and pulled. An automatic will finally find one. OC a second. They still have to do a heck of a lot more. Gabe and Connector, good trade, pressuring forward, keeping NRG on their toes. Shutout on the flank does so much damage. Can't quite get the kill, but should be the round all but certainly. Beaky and Gabe just have to play it together. Take Flight should have their 4th. Gabe as well. We were looking for a star for Take Flight. He has answered the call. 9 kills and 4 deaths. Kojima behind him at 7. Automatic smoked at the perfect time. Will he phase it? Try.
Yeah, he tried. Didn't get too far. Breeze also 1-7, not a good start. Hex 3-7, Walco 2-6. It's been automatic and OC who have really been the ones getting anything done for NRG. And now that the guns have really stabilized for Take Flight on the CT side, they've been able to play a very aggressive style, and it's been able to unseat NRG's defaults. I think they're going to probably have to call a timeout going to the next round. Because unless they pull off a miraculous half-buy win here, it could be 5 in a row loss for the T side. With the half starting to get to its tail end, NRG are going to want to close the gap before they swap to CT. Give the pistol round as little as importance as possible. You don't want to basically hinge everything on the pistol round victory or loss. Over there, Gabe and Sandwich makes a deal of 2, cannot quite get a third. Walco will run him down. MDS drops down, and he'll only get to 1. OC 1 HP though, taking shots, moves away from Molotov into CT. He's caught by Shutout. And so Hexed in a 1v3. Sandwich in position, spotted out by Shutout up on top of Ticket. And he will spray him down as well. A couple of kills, sure, but nothing significant. Beaky upgrades from a Negev to an AK. A worthy upgrade there. And does NRG call a timeout into this next round? It doesn't appear to be the case as they get AKs across the board. No op for OC to counter Kojo. I'd like to see a different style of play from NRG in this round.
We've seen a lot of fast, vaguely chaotic rounds. We've seen a lot of multi-kills. Specifically, most of them going the way of Take Flight. And yeah, it's been the aggression that has stymied NRG at almost every turn. They seem to slow down and group up, and that's exactly what they're doing. Playing passively outside middle, putting 2 to slowly probe underpass, and go for late mid control. I don't hate this. In fact, I quite like it. The issue is they have to make a lot of compromises elsewhere, namely towards A. As you can see, a player was pressuring A main, a player was pressuring Palace, and is still pressuring Palace. NRG, they've passed that early round hurdle. Now they can run their default for mid control.
Later smoke into apartments. We'll bring this down to about 50 seconds before that fades. A flash in, but nobody pushing. Beaky getting closer and closer to group. MDS thinking about going through middle. The Molotov might force his hand, but he's safe inside the smoke for now. Automatic waste. Utility in hand. Both of them out mid-head util, but Breeze is able to trade at the very least. A miscommunication comes through, and now Gabe doubles up. Hexed with a pair of his own. He cleans out apartments. It's his home now, and Kojo has a 1v2 with an op upcoming. He has a Tech 9 for a sidearm, a full complement of utility barring a flash, and low HP opponent 17 for Hex, 44 for Breeze. That op only needs 1 shot, but if he gets up close and personal with the Tech, the low HP helps. The nade might be perfect. Touchdown, Kojo, and Breeze the last one standing. Half his health, just under, and sweating in towards Van. He swings out, takes the initiative. Exactly what the veteran needed to do. He'll steal the op for OC as NRG run away with a round, but just barely do they cross the finish line.
Drags them across this Breeze on low HP. His leg not working, but he'll hobble there.
Needs a stim pack after that one.
Definitely does. The team needs a stim pack still. It feels like we're far from out of the woods. Economy's still hobbled, as you see Walco and Automatic on Galils. There are some AKs, there is that op. We're lacking a bit of utility, whereas Take Flight still have it all. And again, it's been multi-fragged, it's been streaky, it's been back and forth. That's around. It was again Gabe on the AUG to find 2. But the difference maker was Hexed with a pair of his own in towards a far more applicable position. That was towards B. Early damage exchanged. Kojo just aggressing towards underpass. Take Flight team not being dissuaded from playing their own style, aggressing everywhere on the map, smothering NRG once more. Hex is the first to fall. That's all of B apartments taken.
I feel
and
like
a player all the way through Palace as well.
Yeah, they've got players everywhere, and this is what they could have done if they had more time on CTH. This is what we did. This is why we thought it would be a closer game. I feel a lot more vindicated now.
It feels like a very unique CT side that you don't see often.
No, and very difficult to counter.
With the counters, it's also difficult to play. You have to rely on still getting it relatively clean with at least 2 or 3 players surviving. Otherwise, your CT economy is hampered severely. Boy, oh boy, they're making it look good. Kojo, Beaky, that ping-pong back and forth. Automatic, the last alive. He's going to get shot in the back of the head here shortly. Does clear it. Gabe still wins the duel. 15 kills for him, speaking of. A little bit of tactical crouching for that psychological warfare. 6-4. Take flight. They finally got off the runway and not a moment too soon.
Now they got off the runway into the air, and I can't quite say they're hitting cruising altitude, but they're at least have a stable flight path going on right now. Another broken buy from NRG, Galil for Breeze, pistols on the rest, a pair of P2s. Oh, a MAC-10 from Automatic comes through, and a Tech 9 for OC. 3 flashes and a smoke. The bulk of the team going A, Automatic tossing that one flash out, it goes too deep. So MPS gets a freebie, takes a dink, but overall, a lot of information. There's a 16, 17,
Okay.
18 for Gabe! He might grab a 19th! He's stolen away by Beaky, but Gabe is having himself a moment in the sun on Mirage. He's got a 3.0 KD right now, Nate. And I don't know what your boy ate for in between these two maps, but he turned on the heat massively here on Mirage.
Yeah, we did. Normally he's a quieter player. More supportive, not so aggressive. And here he is getting, I think, more multi-kills than not in all of these rounds. 3 there, as you mentioned. Almost that 4th in Palace. If his teammate hadn't stolen it with the op, it would have most certainly been a 4th. And granted, it's against pistols, but he's had tremendous impact against the rifles as well, specifically with that AUG.
That 3rd kill was ludicrous.
He was full blind for the second two.
And he
second
gets
and
the
third, I should
headshot
say.
on like the 3rd burst. Just clean. And here's another one on... Oh, never mind. I thought he had that.
Caster's curse, Caster's curse.
Yeah. Sorry, Gabe.
He didn't swing it quite far enough. He had the right idea, the right eye peak, but still a little too slow on the trigger.
Look at this push from behind. This is a shot, and he wins it with the P2.
Blinded by his teammate. He was blinded by his teammate. Automatic. Caught by the flash from his players coming out A. Perhaps some, I don't know what, lack of coordination or perhaps a little bit of uncomfortability on this map. Still advantage for NRG though, 4 versus 3. Kojimo is low. This should be a 5th for NRG.
Yeah. NRG has lost to Fluffy Aimers in the past on this map, so it does appear that they do struggle a little bit against teams that might be a little bit below their standard. Nice little blindside from Walko, but Beaky's brought himself into an 1vx out CT, domed by Breeze. It's a respectable 7-5 half for both teams as we head to the break.
quick and chaotic first half ends with Take Flyte at the helm, 7-5, but only by narrow margins. As we said, I feel like that was an outcome that is acceptable to both teams. It's Pineapple Phillips and Boggs to bring the action, at NRG now to bring the defense. The question is, can they bring it with the same zeal as Take Flyte? Buys come through, shutout. Doesn't buy anything. Keeps 800 in the bank. There's armor for everyone else. It's a stock standard buy for NRG as well, with just a kit smoke for Breeze and Kevlar surrounding. Take Flyte around the world is the call. They go up middle, they snake through underpass, looking to perhaps go towards B, perhaps not. X here's the steps, they'll fall back. It is a true around the world strat as they pull rotations towards B, and this might even, if they went A outright, it would have worked perfectly. Now there's a lot more questions as Walko peeks in, finds 3, finds 4 on the pistol. He shuts them down. The last alive is Kojimo. He's gonna do his hardest, do his darndest. Can he find a similar performance? 3 kills, not a 4th. Bullets run out. He nearly gets the magazine back into the gun, but automatic puts him to bed. NRG take the pistol off the back of heroics from Walko.
What a round from Walko. Had a bit of a quiet first half, but he kicks this one off by doubling his kills. And another pistol round won on Mirage by NRG. That is the most bizarre swapping I've ever seen from MDS. I don't think I've ever seen somebody swap without the animation, but yeah. Big crazy there. Take Flyte, go in with a half buy, a scout for Gabe, as that's the only real investment. He's again on the hero weapon. And MDS is already removed. It's a nice easy cash grab for OC on the MP9. Glock, Tech, Scout, the last 3 guns remaining for Take Flyte. As NRG look to tie this one up at 7-all. And they're not even overpicking this either. They're playing really well after getting that extra pick. And Hext will make it a little bit easier onto Kojo. Now they peek out. Gabe's good for 1, but only 1 as he gets aim punched into oblivion by Breeze, who got the last 2 kills. We're tied at 7, and Take Flyte still can't get full AKs out. They might have to rely on some Galils.
It makes sense. They did buy that scout. They didn't get the bomb plant. Would have thought maybe even a save, but no. Good enough to get those AKs out. 4 on the board. Gabe going for the Galil since he got that scout. Tied up, as you mentioned, 7 a pop. Gosh, over middle, and Walko looking to do some aggressive footwork towards a main. Gabe and Kojo are here. One time, and Gabe will flash in. There's a flash in kind. Walko doesn't clear up top, or does he? He sees him. So much damage. I think he's done. He's out of the round. Gabe forces the issue, finds the kill, continues 4th. He's crossed that 20 kill threshold at this point. And it's a lot of aggressive play over towards A as Take Flyte come up connector. OC in towards window on the MP9 in spite of the lack of stopping power. He'll find the headshot there. Gabe now pressuring forward, trying to find the doubles that we know him for. He's caught by Hext instead. Take Flyte have gotten the information, have gotten the read. No one's towards B, so the rotation will come through. 3 versus 3. Hexts drop in middle, definitely heard by Beaky. Is anybody's round, especially now that OC's taken down.
That's a nice little peek there. On to OC, now Breeze gets the timing. Beaky's no longer watching Cat. Hex being so low, maybe a bit of an issue, but if he can find 1, it gives Breeze a lot more chance of clutching this one out. I believe he spotted Beaky too. Definitely flew him in. Wild spray converted, but he's almost out of ammunition. 5 in the mag. Kojo sitting Van. Nice little one on the Hext as he just runs right in front of his crosshair. Shutout deals with Breeze in the meantime. And so Take Flyte do not go down below. They keep ahead by just an inch. And NRG are going to go for a full investment here. Only a couple of M4s, a Deagle for automatic. Walko will probably have an SMG of sorts. 5-7 for Hext. MP9 for Walko. NRG are pushing all into the center of the table. They're going all in here. Pretty critical round. And Walko not going to get the first contact. OC is. He's traded out, and so is Walko. 3v3 now. This thing's turned back on their heads. NRG still stacking A. but one of their precious M4s down on the ground and unrecoverable for the meantime.
An awkward standstill as Take Flight fall back and reassess the situation. They are still going to go towards A. Every indication says that's the case. Line up some utility. Breeze going to aggress into sight. He has that M4 now in hand. Second one has been recovered by Automatic. Spam from Palace does damage, and Kojo dispatches Bree. The big one to find, dropping that rifle on the ground. Automatic's spam does not connect. He'll fall back towards Cal. Actually fails the cat jump. Spam so close to connecting, but just doesn't quite hit the mark. Feels like they're going to save at this stage. Hexed heading for the hills at B. Automatic top middle. Maybe going to go for exits towards T spawn. Take Flight. Have weathered the storm. Should now be sitting pretty with a 9th on the board.
Growing that lead, it is Mirage. If there is a map for upsets, this is the one. Individual prowess of Gabe really propelling Take Flight forward. Kojo's there as well. 16 kills, 4 behind. Terrorists win. At least Automatic survives. Nice boost. Hexed has armor in the 5.7 as well. Walco can pick up a 5.7 with no armor. OC can maybe get a flashbang, but you also probably want to save for the following. They're not going to force here. They're not going to force here, right? Yeah, so. Timeout called by NRG2. About time they call the timeout, because things have not been stable for them on this map, and if they want to take both best of ones here, they need to start their comeback trail now.
Tumultuous and streaky. I agree. Save this round. Figure out what you can do. OC has a deagle. It is an investment. Much in the grand scheme of things. Tactical pause will conclude. Back into it. Take Flight has the advantage with full AKs, full utility. Not trifling with the op yet. A lot hinges on the round after this one, Dogs.
Yeah, the bulk of NRG's chances in this map hinge on the following. If they can get damage here, if they can get the round victory, it's a lot better, but most of their whole situation relies on success in following. There's a nice trade back onto Beaky, who will not be the last. Kojo comes in for cleanup duty, though, and he's got a swift double to trade this one back. A is open and under the control of Take Flight. MDS all the way forward into Sniper's Nest, has eyes on that CT cross from Market. OC will probably try and save the AK. Breeze can go hunting with the Deagle for something. But not enough damage done by NRG. Only 1 kill. As Take Flight will get within 3 of the map. And pulling off a big win over NRG as we get closer and closer to playoffs here. The last week of the regular season of NAECL.
Would be a big upset as well.
Yeah.
I don't think Breeze is going to be given an opportunity, but
exactly.
He'll still wait as long as possible. There's an M4 down in apartment. She said apartments if he wants to go for that. Or now he's playing Protect the President with OC. Makes sense. It's really all the more to Take Flight's credit if they take this one, because NRG have looked increasingly infallible over the last month or so. They've become a team that you can actually really believe in. I remember when this team was first announced, I was still kind of lukewarm on the roster. I thought there could be more changes that could be implemented to actually make them stronger. When they had that attempted run in the major cycle, it really was a disappointing outcome, all things considered. But now I feel like we finally hit that groove. Now I feel like they're the team you would expect to be in the late stages of ECL playoffs. A loss versus Take Flight would definitely be a statement for a team that's, as we talked about in the pregame, just outside of playoff contention.
Yeah, I mean, NRG's on a massive upward, and to lose here to Take Flight would be huge. Shutout, making him a case for himself out top middle. He's got 2, maybe even a 3rd here. Kojo falls to OC, and Shutout grabs Hext as well. The flames from Gabe burn OC, and MDS comes through on the Walco. The gun round slapped back down by Take Flight. NRG sat down on their keysters. Nothing they can do to respond. Take Flight now 2 rounds away from victory on Mirage. Plenty of money, all the momentum. And NRG using their second of 3 timeouts in a Kobayashi Maru economic scenario. They can go for a half buy, presumably lose this next round, and face 5 match points for Take Flight. Or they can put it all in now, try and win, and keep that 1 round margin for error alive. Either scenario kind of sucks, to be completely blunt.
I believe the term you'd use for the situation or this problem is a wicked problem. There's no right answer. Both has shortcomings. One's very high risk, very high reward. One is slightly lower risk, and yet still you're so far back. To win 5 in a row, really does that seem feasible? NRG maybe leaving those timeouts as a little too late.
Agreed.
They have 1 hero rifle for Hexed. Still has 2K in the bank. They have pistols surrounding. And the second half as well, Gabe hasn't had to do much. He hit 20, I think, in the first rifle round. He's gotten 1 since then. That's been like 3 or 4 rounds. It's been his team picking up the slack. Shutout in that round getting 3. Kojimo, MDS, Beaky all at even. Actually, no one's negative on this Take Flight roster. Everybody answering that call. Kojimo is the one to open things up, finding a second for the roster. Pistol in towards Palace. Will find 1. Still, NRG a lot more to do. They want to cause any real damage in this round.
Next in line, faces and passes the test of automatic. OC out towards ticket booth, long range P250. He'll look again, grab it up for Flames will burn him alive, flush him out. And a 5-7 of Breeze takes a lot of damage in grabbing that AK. He'll book it after grabbing the upgrade, drop a smoke to cover his retreat. A bit of a hunt, but probably not too much from Take Flight. It doesn't behoove them all too much to go for a hunt when they already know they're going to be on a buy, but they can send a player or 2 in to try and find this elusive gun. Breeze is low, Breeze got the right read, but Breeze has the faster headshot. That's a crisper from the vet. But they need more of that, especially on the gun rounds. OC, the opper, has the most kills for NRG, and he's barely had an op in his hands.
A pretty solid performance in the first half. Bombs go off without a hit. That name might be in. This might be it. It's Kojimo again with grenades to find the kill. No safe quarter for Breeze. 12-7. This is map point. This is a best of 1 as well, so this is series point effectively.
It is.
On the second and final best of 1 of the night. NRG will have a solid rifle buy going into round 20, but as we mentioned, they need 5 rounds in a row unanswered to get to overtime.
That's no small feat at this level. Doesn't matter who you're playing. It's not going to be easy in ECL. Yes, charging. That might catch Hex. No. He'll get his headshots. Be able to stay alive. Got his smoke off in time as well. Nade maybe a little bit. No, it's perfectly timed. Nade from Breeze. He'll follow it up with a little bit more util. Peek off the contact. Just on the pallets outside. Spots the cross. That goes a little bit over the shoulder of Shutout. And an push on forward with the rest of his team. Hex has another one from Catwalk. He has to check his 6 out towards the middle. His teammates coming through for the rotation as the bomb goes down. Take Flight. 4 kills away or a bomb explosion from holding this one off and claiming victory on Mirage. The second best of 1 of the night. Automatic going for an Apps retake. Kojo is here holding. Comes out of timing. He spots Automatic. Hits him for about half HP through the wall. Goes back to watch Catwalk now, but he's watched for by OC. Expected and removed. 2 left standing, Gabe and Beaky. Gabe with 1. Beaky flushed out. That Molotov puts him in a 1v3 out in the open. He's cut from 2 different angles, and it's Walko to finish. And NRG will stay alive for now. 12-8, 4 to go. 1/5 of the way there are NRG.
As we said, no breathing room though. No room to take off, or take the foot off the gas, I should say. 4 more required for NRG. They should still have solid rifles in this round, so that won't be a concern. However, Take Flyte not struggling for cash either. Got the bomb plant they've been saving up for quite a while. They're on the T side. No problem reinvesting in round 21. The op again present for Kojo. He lost the Opper's duel, I think, maybe for the first time tonight. I think that's the first time they've really dueled. He's dueled proper. The question is, can NRG consistently win rounds? Because we have not seen any sort of consistency from this team on Mirage.
And a failed Molotov might even give them more. Automatic line off Kojo. Walco still sitting on top of Scaffold. Shutout in the open. Wins the duel against Automatic, but he didn't escape before he fell. Beaky still trying to finish off Walco. He's dropping to hell. He'll get burned out of there. Maybe even roasted up the ladder. And he turns away at the wrong moment. Beaky traded out. But that could have been so much better for NRG, keeping 4 players alive instead of 3. Shutout still has a case to make as well. He could do more damage. 1 kill already in the round, 1v3 to go. Bomb on his back, a lot of time to work with. All 3 NRG players over jungle side. Smokes are down. OC's op training on the position. Rifle support behind him. Firing squad across towards the A ramp and Tetris. 1-2! Can't get the third, no! But holy cow, did he come close to sealing the deal for Take Flyte.
Definitely made the case for Take Flyte to take it. Couldn't quite get across the line though. Nice little double. Again, the theme of this map has been streaky multi-kills. It was Gabe in the first half. It's shut out here in the second with that 3K middle a couple rounds prior. That double up there and a third earlier on. Take Flyte. Still plenty of time for them to close this one out in regulation. NRG, though, fighting tooth and nail to stay alive in this one.
Wild spray from Shutout, but Automatic puts him down. Kojo wins the Opper's duel this time against OC, so we're in a 4v4 as MTS gallops into snipers. Automatic reads it well and has his second of the round with the rest of Take Flyte in towards B. Breeze with a freebie. Maybe a second as well. That's the bomb and the op of Kojo coming in late. Beaky in ladder room, smoked out. No escape for now. 3 rounds for NRG to take this one to overtime. Take Flyte just need 1. 12-7 to 12-9. Kojo coming in late. Misses the nade. Beaky spots at the back of Automatic. But that's just a little bit of information. Do they expect him all the way up, though? That's the question. Kojo's made his presence known with that flash. Slow. Methodical. Take Flyte. Caught off again. Breeze catches out Beaky. And Kojo will 1v4 with the op. Has to try to make some magic happen. Takes one shot. Dives down to sight. Pushes through the smoke. Breeze on the angle. Has Hex to help. And Kojo goes away instead. Spots out 2. Takes down 1. Breeze peeks him, however. And he'll find another one. Op recovered for OC. 2 rounds to go. 60% of the way there are NRG.
And they have some breathing room, not a full round's worth, but Take Flyte should be on pistols here. NRG have done well to prevent bomb plants, have done well to take down the majority of the Take Flyte players at all cases, and that means that it should be a save. It pretty much is. 1 hero AK fully invested for MDS, but everybody else is on pistols. And Deagle, 2 Tech 9s, Beaky not investing anything. Actually, I guess he bought some utility that he used early on, perhaps, but no weaponry invested in it. Should likely be an 11th for NRG. Unless this pop play towards B goes exactly to plan.
It has been picture perfect. If it is to pan out for Take Flyte, and their lurk already removed by Walco on the A side. Breeze has his spidey senses tingling. He'll back out of apartments and onto the platform. Smoke will fade momentarily. He debates the peak. Now he goes in, lines up 1, sprays down the second as well. Has to get a reload out. Way to push him. Molotov forces him in. Bomb at Breeze's feet as he's got himself a hat trick. He's leading up towards the tail end of this half of this map. As Kojo eats the nade down to 44 HP. The last man standing in a 1v5. They know where he is. He is looked for and expected. And they want to go to 11, which they do. 80% done. a passing grade, but it does not get them to overtime. Only 100% a perfect score will ensure a bonus counter-strike at the end of tonight. The buy is there for Take Flight. The momentum for NRG breathes a large part of that streak back in. Automatic as well. The two longest standing players, two North American heroes, an E-League champion, a major winner. While NRG back to within one.
So close. Take Flight, one last real chance. Close this out in regulation. There's some major compromises though. Lack of utility on a couple. MDS on only a Galil. Of course, he was the one who gambled on that hero rifle in the round prior. Take Flight. Very different look from what we saw earlier on in this game. The aggression on CT side is pales in comparison. It's a far more trepidatious play up towards the underpass. One player in Palace throwing utility to get some information. It seems like this is well read by NRG. Throwing the smoke, throwing the utility, the Molotov at the perfect time. Nade as well. Pixel perfect on the Kojimo and Gabe. Take Flight. Less than 50 seconds left. And the only control to be taken over is towards underpass. Kojo boosted up. Finally finds something. Finally opens the round. It's automatic dispatched. Now NRG know there's at least a few players bottom mid.
Shutouts in Palace. He's looking to make contact. Molotovs in the hell. Next at least has one, but he's only got one. Walco has been spotted as well. Freeze in the jungle is removed. Walco one, but he needs more. OC in ticket booth. Good opponents to churn on through. One for him, one for Walco. Up to Walco now. 1v1 against Gabe. Overtime or victory. Take Flight. Have the time. Have the kill. It's Gabe to clutch it up with a hat trick. 13-11. Take Flight. Take one away from NRG.
NRG did well to come back, but where was that team earlier in the map? They seemed very quiet until that final set of rounds. It was what, 7-11 at one point? 7-.